Hello fellow Star Wars fans, my name is Starrapter. I'm super excited for this video because today I'm going to be talking about the arrival of Grand Admiral Thrawn into live action, first appearing in Ahsoka episode 6 titled Far Far Away. We're going to get into spoilers for his first appearance in Star Wars live action. You have been warned. Before we get into it, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel here at Starrapter. I bring you guys the latest in Star Wars and have nice positive chats with y'all. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel to be a part of that awesome community. So diving in, I'll give you guys my reaction, my initial thoughts for what I thought of Lars Mikkelsen coming in as Thrawn. We knew this for a long time. It was rumors, it was confirmed back at Celebration. But man, oh man, we knew Thrawn was out there for the longest time. Getting to see the buildup of this, I was hoping it wasn't going to end up in episode 7 or episode 8 of this 8-episode series. So I'm very thankful for Lucasfilm to not, holding on to him for the very end. But I feel like this was a triumphant moment, right? For the fans out there since 1992 or 93, whenever Heir of the Empire came out, it was great to see the Chimera. That is that first initial look at Grand Admiral Thrawn's arrival. Like, oh, we know it's coming. The Chimera, the rumbling seems to be in reactor. Is this the Force he's using? No, it's the Chimera's power. Seeing the Chimera in that destructive way that we've seen at the end of Rebels Season 4, when the Purrgil take it and Ezra to, I guess, Peridea at this point, getting to see that thing flying around with just the damage. And then getting into the hangar, seeing regular TIE fighters, seeing these mismatched stormtroopers. Oh my gosh, these troopers kind of looked a little bit of like Kylo Ren's armor from Rise of Skywalker, where it's like piecemeal together. This definitely gave me the vibes of Mandalorian Season 1. The stormtroopers that were working for the client, right? That was waiting on Moff Gideon. They're and just the guy that had the gold faceplate, this Commander Eunuch. Just absolutely amazing. It reminded me a lot of the arrival of the Emperor in Return of the Jedi. In fact, I bet you if you compare these shots, it's probably the similar thing, right? You're seeing the back of Thrawn walking, then you're getting that, that knee shot from the side angle of him walking. You still can't see his face, and then you see his face walking from that distance forward, and you're seeing him standing with freaking Dathomirian Night Sisters, great mothers, if you will, on this place called Peridea, which is a Dathomiri place. But oh my gosh, like the first appearance of seeing him with the music, Kevin Kiner, I don't think people that have been watching the show have been giving him enough credit. This is the guy that did Clone Wars, the guy that did Rebels, Bad Batch, the Kiner brothers, whatever. These guys are awesome, and just hearing that kind of Transylvania, like that organ playing, which is what they always themed him with in Rebels, was just absolutely brilliant. And then when he opens his mouth, yes, this is Lars Mikkelsen. Not often do we have the voice actor representing the live action representation of said animated character, but it is happening here, and it is absolutely awesome because this guy does not need to raise his voice to have a presence. You get to see Thrawn, you know he means business. I like the way his skin looked. His eyes were awesome. Great job with the contact / I'm guessing visual effects. Just his stature, his posture, and just the dialogue. I love the dialogue. You don't skip a beat. You pick this guy out of Rebels, you throw him here in this, and it makes sense. Now let's look at, does he live up to, as far as power and all this sort of thing? Well, we're not very far into knowing what that looks like yet, but I think we have hints, which I'll get into right now, of what we think of his power status with all of Star Wars, and the idea that he is willing to risk Baylan and his apprentice, right? The reason he's going to throw them away to just get out of there and get what they need, they're getting out of Peridea. So he's willing to just sacrifice these people. He doesn't care. They're working for him. He doesn't care. Thrawn is a tactician first and foremost. He will do what needs to be done. So to see that represented, where he was just like this flippant way of, oh yeah, we're going to leave Sabine and Ezra, what doesn't matter? And we'll leave Baylan and we'll leave Shin. It doesn't matter. It's all like, basically the ends justify the means for Thrawn in a lot of ways. He's looking at things in a completely different manner. I loved when he finds out about Ahsoka might be coming for them. He automatically assumes that, which is awesome. He's brilliant. But then he wants all the information. He wants the master, which immediately thought of Anakin, all this stuff. And he's worked with Anakin, remember, in the books and all. He knows who Anakin is, Darth Vader, all this stuff. It's just like the depth of the knowledge that this guy has. And, you know, we're only going to see more of that as the next 2 episodes continue, I'm sure. But yeah, he already has a backup plan. And what makes Thrawn more frightening in this story than any other stories we've seen him in so far, minus Legends, is the fact that he has the one weakness of his was the Force. He didn't really foresee things coming because he can't tap into the Force. He didn't foresee Ezra coming to Lothal and getting the Purrgil and getting the Star Destroyers and going back out to hyperspace. Now he's got these great mothers that have this thread that they're talking about, and they're looking at the future for him. They can feel through the Force. They're already telling him to prepare for Ahsoka, and he's not messing around because he's like, if there is a space whale out there, you're going to shoot it with prejudice. And that's literally like, okay, we're actually seeing a Thrawn that knows how to combat the Force, essentially. He has this foresight that he didn't even have before because he was just working for the Empire, working with his own troops just from a solid tactician perspective. Even in the novels that came out, Thrawn Ascendancy, he doesn't really have a Jedi or a Sith that is under his discipline or anything like that. So the fact he has the Force users to combat the Force, which is the only thing that has ever defeated Thrawn. Everything else, he has been brilliant and able to plan things out like 5 steps ahead of his enemies. So that is awesome to see there. But yeah, I like how he was just simply up with Sabine. He just lets her free immediately because he's like, Sabine, you're the one that let me out of here. And essentially, like, you just gambled your galaxy on getting Ezra because, hey, now that I'm free, you can't stop what I'm about to do. And she just says, okay, so Sabine has made a mistake. Thrawn is capitalizing on that. Thrawn is also being fair at the same time by letting her free because they've had confrontations before. If you're not aware of Rebels, Sabine went head to head with Thrawn on many occasions. That's why he says he recognizes her. So there's just so much in here, but I'm super pumped to see that they have not like neutered Thrawn essentially. Like he is actually very, very powerful. He has this army that he's held together for 10 years. It's been like 10 years for this guy to be in his exile at this point. I'm very curious to see what happens with this character, but so far I'm very impressed with just a little time. But I think we got a very large kind of introduction to him that was full of fanfare and very, very good. This will be a moment cemented in Star Wars history. Episode 6, Far, Far Away of Ahsoka, brought in the legend himself, Grand Admiral Thrawn, played by Lars Mikkelsen. So, from our short glimpse at Grand Admiral Thrawn's arrival in all of Star Wars, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. I want to hear you guys sounding off in the comment section below your hype level for Thrawn, your hype level for Ahsoka. Let me know down there below. As I said off the top of this episode, off this video, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm staying up to date on all the latest with Ahsoka and more, especially on my Outer Rim Transmission, a weekly podcast. We go live at 7 p.m. on Sunday. I'd love for you guys to join in my lively, positive Star Wars community chat. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.